So I saw the PLAQUEBOYMAX, Lil Baby, and Lil Yachty thing, and I wanted to get my thoughts on it because, from the perspective of making music, because PLAQUEBOYMAX, he makes music. I assume he just makes some beats and shit, right? He's just a producer. And I've heard some of his shit, and I'm pretty sure he's just producing and shit. So whenever you're watching the video, right? Whenever like you're watching the video and I was watching the shit, you see how it's kind of like you can see the group of everybody as well. Everybody in the group. Like you can kind of vibe, but the second that Plaque starts vibing his way, it's a weird thing. It's such a weird thing as a creative whenever you're making shit, because one of the biggest things that I feel like whenever I'm making music or whenever I'm doing shit and I'm trying to do things is that even though like I'm not necessarily trying to be different, I'm just doing me. I'm just making my thing and I'm showing how I vibe and how I do things. And whenever I'm doing videos or whenever I'm doing promo or whatever, it's like, oh, I'm showing how to vibe to my music in that way. And it's like, that's different, I feel like, because I'm rapping and I'm like showing how the entire song, a completed song already is supposed to feel like, and how you're supposed to move to it, I feel like. But with Plaque, you just get the shell. You just get the shell of a beat. And as a rapper, I feel like as Lil Baby, he's not on, I don't hear him on those kind of beats a lot. And so you hear that, he hears that, and he looks at Max, and Max is doing his whole thing. And Lil Baby is like, how the fuck am I supposed to rap to where that is the vibe? That's what I feel like he meant by approaching.
Talk to me, nigga. You might be fucking the beat up moving like that. Hold on. What you mean I'm fucking? What you mean I'm fucking the beat up, man? It like depending on like how you come approach something. If you approaching that motherfucker like that. How I gotta approach this shit, gang? How I gotta approach this shit, gang?
Type shit. Like it's hard, like the way he's trying to approach, like it's hard to approach the beat like that whenever he's trying to match, he's trying to approach from his vibe. But then, you know, that's what I feel like I'm trying to get at. He's trying to approach from his vibe, but then he's looking at Max. And then Max already has a vibe that he's trying to like, all right, well now I gotta switch to make it that. And it's like, it's a whole thing whenever you just, as a rapper, you just hear a beat or you're with the producer and they make a beat and you make the song from there, or you hear a beat and you just, for me, I just hear a beat and I just already know how it's supposed to sound in my head. I feel like I hear it and things just come together in my head and I just already know how it's supposed to sound.
Baby, let me show up for a minute. Baby, let me show up. Baby girl, you better than me. That's how I won't ever get. But when you come back, I gotta do it, man. I'm tatted up. You can do some shit you want. I got the cash to back it up.
And then in the Lil Yachty situation, though, he just kind of, it was kind of a little weird because everyone kind of seemed to be vibing. And then whenever Lil Yachty made the face, then everyone just kind of stopped.
All right, so y'all making y'all making faces.
You got some work to do.
Okay.
But I mean, granted, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I felt about the beat anyways. Granted, not necessarily my style of beat. I'm trying to expand, but with that, it was whenever looking at Max dance like that, it's like, okay, how do I make a song where I can kind of see where they're both coming from? It's like, how do I make a song where someone is moving like that if they're not already making songs like that, if that makes sense. Excuse me. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing to step out of your comfort zone and to try to make something new, though. So that's just my thoughts on it. I feel like that Max is going from the producer side, and they're just being on the rapper side. Where Lil Yachty also produces as well, so I don't know. But I don't know. It's different working with. I mean, producers are different. I work with certain other producers, and I like working with Mainly too because how they treat the studio, how they treat the songs. It's a different vibe, and they have their own style of music. So it's just, I don't know. It's a whole thing, and I don't know. They make anything. They can make anything. Either way, that's just my thoughts on it. But peace.
But it's like in the way you laughing at your own joke.
No, I ain't laughing.
In
This
beat
shit
form though.
Nah, this shit hard.